Hi, my name's Kay, and these are Kay's Crazy Colors. I've seen a million videos on how to do galaxy hair, but I have yet to find one on how to touch it up. I've been doing this for about 6 months. I have a friend of mine that's a hairdresser who's willing to work with me, and that way hopefully people can come get their hair done if they'd like. But otherwise, I'll make at least one instructional video on how to retouch galaxy hair. So, as you can see, hopefully, can you see that? How the color's a little fading. By the way, this is my son recording. Say hi. That's my youngest son, Hayden. So I'm going to show you how to retouch on galaxy hair. Now, once you already have galaxy hair and it's in several colors or whatever, like I said, I've got all kinds of colors and different brands. And I'll tell you which ones work the best. You don't need to get splat color. That's usually the popular one. But once you can go to any Sally's or a beauty supply store, and there's many different brands. Jazzing Color, Adore Color, Living Colors. I haven't used the Living Colors yet, but I think I might today. Via. The Adore, it's pretty thin. The Jazzing's a little thicker. And of course, I've used Splat Color before. But please keep in mind, you don't need to get the $20 Splat Color for the same color. You can use any one of these as long as you're familiar with them. You can also lighten colors by adding what do you call it? Conditioner. But we're not going to need to do that today. So today, this is really faded, and I've been waiting for my son to get here. So I'm always going to do the bottom. You can see some colors stayed in really bright, but where it's faded, you can pretty much use a combination of colors. Now, I usually only do 2 at a time. So I'm thinking today we're going to go with the Adore Violet Gem, and I'm going to use one of the turquoises. And this is a newer color for me. I've never used that. Now, like I said, me and my friend, my hairdresser friend, she's willing to come and do people's cuts and bleach. You obviously need the bleached hair to go first to get the color on. But once you already have that done and you have galaxy hair, you're going to need to know how to keep that color up. And if you have multiple colors like me, it can get kind of tricky. Again, I'll be available to do these for people, but I just wanted to make at least one instructional video on how to do it. So, basically, I'm going to take the crown of my hair. Yeah, and it's pretty sloppy. I'm not the kind of person that's going to sit there with a comb and make parts and everything. It doesn't matter. I'm going to use 2 different colors, and obviously those colors will blend. And usually it's on average of about 3 or 4 shades. But you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to take the red, bright red, and then there's a few little scraggle pieces. And you can mix and match stuff. Is there pieces in the back? So you can see that there's a little bit of blue and other colors. It's not going to make a difference, as long as you're kind of general about it. So first off, I am going to get this out of the way of the blue color. So now I'm going to take, and you always want to do it on dry hair. The reason for that is when you're using dry hair, and then you can use heat, you can use a blow dryer. I usually don't. I just leave it sit in. It is semi-permanent color. It will come out, but not out of your clothes, so make sure you're not wearing anything nice for obvious reasons. Okay, so I said I'm going to do the teal and the violet gem. Those are the only 2 colors I'm going to use. Now you'll see when I'm done that there'll be probably 3 or 4 shades in my hair. So, gloves. Do I have any of those in here? Yes, gloves are important. And you can just go out. If you're going to be doing this and touching up your hair, I would suggest going out and getting a box of gloves. Again, comes out semi-permanent in the hair, but it'll stay in your skin and anything else you get it on. So, I am putting on the gloves, and we are going to start with the teal. Okay, I'm going to shut down for a second and we'll come back. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this. Now, it's going to get sloppy. Obviously, when you're doing it yourself, it's a little messier. But we're basically, I usually just kind of bunch it in my hand. Hopefully, it's not, I think it has a cap thing on it. Of course it does. See how green that looks? If you want to give in on that. Yeah. Doesn't always look like the color on the bottle, but you gotta have faith. So, usually what I do, and you can see, is just kind of bunch the hair up so that I can get plenty of color on it. Now this is semi-permanent color. Again, you want to do it on dry hair, and sometimes you can take a blow dryer to it, and that will swell up the cuticle to absorb more of the color. But yeah, again, these are, I think these are about $2.99, $3 at the Sally's or a beauty supply store, Cosmos, wherever you live in the big city. And like I said, this gets messy. You just keep folding it, and I'm just going to keep saturating this bottom layer of hair until it's completely saturated. Am I putting it over the blue? Absolutely. And that's what you'll see what I mean by it will be more than two colors because it's going to mix in. Oh, oh, puppy dog, get out of here. Okay. Sorry. So you kind of get the gist, and I'm not going to bore you with doing this for like an entire 20 minutes. So we'll take a short break and come back once I get this bottom layer saturated. Be right back.
Hi.
Okay, so we're rolling again. Now, like I said, this can get messy, especially when you're doing it yourself, which is why me and my friend will be offering our services. What I didn't do prior to this that I should have, you can use Vaseline. Right now I only have Neosporin, so that's petroleum-based, same thing. And anytime you get any kind of color on your counter, you want to wipe it up immediately, but I'll show you a trick to that too. Nail polish remover works pretty well as long as you use it right away. Again, it's semi-permanent hair color in your hair, but it's permanent on clothes and things and countertops if you don't wipe it up. Now, as you can see in the back, I've pretty much saturated everything. There you can see some of the hair. You know, I just make sure it's completely saturated. So squeezing it in, making sure it's in that layer. Now what I'm going to do is, I should have put the Vaseline on first. But you can see that's all saturated, so we're just going to do a little cleanup in case you guys make a mess. You know, you can always put newspapers out and everything like that to keep it better. Here. Oops, just put that right there for a minute. So you can see I have completely saturated the bottom layer of my hair. Now this is what I meant by petroleum-based. See, if you wipe it up right away, you're okay. If you do get it on your skin, it takes a couple of days before it kind of fades out. Now, washing my hair to keeping the upkeep, I shampoo as little as possible. One shampoo, one conditioner. I would definitely suggest using a sulfate-free shampoo. That means no salt or whatever in the shampoo, which is definitely going to strip more color out of it. I use, if you want to look in the yeah, open that and show them the kind of shampoo.
Which one?
I use. It's sulfate-free.
Oh, this?
Yeah, in the
Curtains?
in the top.
Is the one in the back?
Yep, those red bottles. Let's just get a close-up of that. So
The red bottle or the white one?
The red bottle.
Oh, the red bottle.
Sulfate-free. So it's big, sexy hair, the sulfate-free. Again, I should have put this petroleum on my skin prior, but this is not straight Vaseline. It's Neosporin, same thing. It's Vaseline-based. And I'll just show you a little bit of cleanup here in case you do happen to get it on your counters and mom or dad are going to kill you. Little nail polish remover cleans that right up. And again, the sooner you get it off, the quicker and easier it is to clean up. So this one's closed. I'm going to put that right on top of there. And then new pair of gloves, and we're going to start the top half. Now, notice how kind of sloppy it is on my hair? This is definitely not a salon parted hair, okay? I just kind of threw it in. Now I'm going to let the top part down. Sorry. And I'm going to take this off because it's just easier. So the next color I'm going to do, which I've never done before, I usually do some kind of red or hot pink. So just to show you how brave I am, that I've been doing this long enough, I'm going to go with that purple. Where is the purple?
Right here.
Oh, okay. So I always want to shake them up. Again, once you've worked with a couple, or you can always text me or write me and I tell you which ones. For the top here, I'm just going to put a whole bunch of my hand here. And we're just, again, not perfect, you know, you don't have to part it professionally. That's not the idea. The idea is you just want to get it all saturated. Galaxy hair is going to, you know, obviously it's going to turn different colors in different spots because some of it's blue, some of it's pink, some of it's light, some of it's not. So you're still going to get that galaxy look. And the bottom line is just to make sure it's all saturated. You don't want a couple of dry pieces of your hair and then get everything done and have a couple of pieces that are just faded and don't look like they were retouched. I always worry about the skin later if I get any on me. So you can see I am just putting thick coats of this stuff on. Remember, the colors are semi-permanent, or not semi-permanent, I'm sorry. Yeah, semi-permanent. They're not permanent, so that's why you have to retouch it all the time. The less salt or less shampoo and stuff that you do in your hair, the less times you'll have to retouch it. So it all depends on how long you can go without shampooing your hair. So now you can see pretty much, and I see a dry piece right here, not good. So we need to go back over that. I basically just try and saturate it all first, worry about skin and things that I just weak done afterwards. Now, you'll hear all kinds of people say that they'll leave this stuff in overnight, stuff like that. You don't have to. It's going to color the same way in 30 minutes as it is in 2 days. Trust me, I've done it. It's not necessary. As long as you had your hair bleached first and you're just retouching it, this is just how you retouch Galaxy hair. Now, if you can see, son, can you see is all that saturated? Mm-hmm. Okay, so pretty much now we're just going to let it dry. Now you don't have to roll it up like this, but I always do, and you'll see why, because I like the colors to blend a little bit. Now I'm just going to clean up again, and we're going to let that sit. I'm going to let it sit for about 30 minutes. I am going to blow dry it a little bit with heat, and the reason for that again is when you always start on dry hair, but then you want to use the heat element because it will open up the cuticle and soak up more of that color. So first, let me get this stuff out of the way and clean up before I put it back in my drawer. Now, when I do this with my friend, the first time I got this done, I went to a salon just to get 3 colors in. Now, it cost me almost $300 because I had to bleach it, and then even though I brought my own color, they still had to do the foil and everything. Again, unnecessary for Galaxy hair. Well, we'll be able to give it to you, but unnecessary for Galaxy hair. So these are all my colors. My friend and I decided that $99 was a good price to charge anybody if you want us to do it. Like I said, she's the hairstylist, so she would be able to cut your stuff and bleach it, and then I'm the expert on adding the color. So basically, you can have 2 colors or you can have 12 colors. I don't care. As long as I have them, that's the only price we're going to charge because I'll have all those colors. So no need to go out and buy Splat or any of your other colors. If you want to, that's fine, but otherwise I have it available. So I'm just going to clean a little bit of what I can around the skin. And that's about it. Now I'm just going to blow dry it to open up the cuticle a little bit and soak up more of the color and give it about 20 minutes and we'll be back, rinse it out and see how it goes. All right? Thanks, Hayden.